Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because every week we uncover hidden treasures that could be lying right inside your old coin collection. You never know what kind of fortune might be sitting quietly in your drawer or an old wallet. And today's story might just surprise you. Now, let's take a journey to the southern tip of Africa, a land of gold, history, and mystery, South Africa. A country known not just for its beauty, but for its rich numismatic heritage. Among its coins, there's one piece that has taken collectors and investors by storm: the 2002 5 Rand coin. At first glance, it might look like just another everyday coin used for bus fares or a cup of coffee back in the early 2000s. But the story behind it, and the value it holds today, is something truly extraordinary. Back in 2002, South Africa was still in the early years of its democracy. The new generation was full of energy, optimism, and a sense of rebuilding. The Reserve Bank decided to issue a series of coins that reflected the strength and unity of the nation. Among them was the 5 Rand coin, a small but powerful symbol of resilience. The design featured a fierce black wildebeest, or gnu, charging forward, a symbol of speed, strength, and endurance. Around it, bold lettering declared the name of the nation, South Africa and SUD Africa, in English and Afrikaans. Below, the year 2002 marked its birth. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 2002 5 Rand wasn't just any coin. It carried with it a fascinating history of innovation. A few years earlier, South Africa had been facing a serious problem: counterfeit coins flooding the market. Criminals were copying the 5 Rand coin because its value made it profitable to fake. The government responded by introducing advanced security features, including a unique bimetallic design, a copper-nickel center surrounded by a nickel-brass ring. It was a technological masterpiece for its time, something you didn't often see in everyday circulation. That decision changed everything. The coin became not only a means of exchange, but also a symbol of the country's determination to protect its economy. And as the years went by, this 2002 issue became a collector's favorite, not just for its design, but for its place in history. Many coins from that era were used and worn down, tossed in pockets, dropped on floors, and passed from hand to hand. But a few, very few, were kept safe, preserved in perfect condition, untouched by time. You see, the world of coin collecting is a fascinating mix of history, rarity, and condition. It's not just about the metal, it's about the story. The 2002 5 Rand coin holds that story in its very core. It represents a moment in time when a young nation was finding its strength, and when modern minting technology met deep cultural pride. For collectors, that kind of story adds layers of meaning and layers of value as years went on. This particular coin started to gain attention internationally. Collectors from Europe, America, and Asia began searching for high-quality South African issues, realizing how underappreciated they were in the global market. When the 2002 5 Rand began appearing in auction listings, something remarkable happened. Prices started to climb. Coins that once bought a loaf of bread suddenly sold for hundreds, then thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and provenance. Some of these coins were proof strikes, special versions made by the South African Mint for collectors. These were never meant for circulation. They had mirror-like finishes, flawless surfaces, and crisp details that revealed every line of the wildebeest's muscle. Owning one of these coins became a mark of prestige. But even regular circulation coins, if kept in mint state, without scratches, wear, or discoloration, became increasingly desirable. Now, let's step back for a moment. Think about how many people handled coins back in the early 2000s. Millions of hands, every single day. Most coins didn't survive in perfect shape. So imagine the odds of finding a pristine 2002 5 Rand coin, flawless, gleaming, preserved for more than 2 decades. That rarity is what fuels the market today. Because in the world of collectibles, scarcity and story always drive value. But it's not just about money. For many, this coin represents memories. Maybe you remember paying for a newspaper with a 5 Rand coin, or finding one jingling in your pocket as you headed to work. It's a reminder of a time when things were simpler, when cash meant something real. And that emotional connection is part of what makes this coin so special. It's not just metal. It's a piece of history you can hold in your hand. As collectors have discovered its beauty and scarcity, the market value has exploded. International coin shows and online auctions have seen bidding wars over the best preserved examples. Stories have surfaced of collectors who found an old coin box from their travels, only to realize that inside lay a treasure worth a fortune. The 2002 5 Rand, once an everyday coin, has now joined the ranks of some of the most sought-after modern coins in the world. The incredible part is that most people have no idea. They might have one sitting in a drawer, not realizing that this small, unassuming piece of metal carries a value that could change their life. That's what makes coin collecting so thrilling. You never know what you might have until you look closely. So here's my advice. After this video, take a moment to look through your old coins. Check every South African coin you've ever come across, especially those dated 2002. Look for the details, the sharp edges, the clean finish, the flawless strike. If you find one that looks untouched, you might want to get it appraised by a professional numismatist. Because this is not just an old coin. It could be a masterpiece of modern minting, a relic of South Africa's spirit, and a hidden key to unimaginable value. And now, the question you've been waiting for. What is the true value of the 2002 South African 5 Rand coin today? Well, hold on to your seat, because you're not going to believe it. Depending on its rarity, grade, and provenance, some examples of this very coin have been valued as high as $4 million. Yes, for million. From a coin once worth only 5 Rand. A tiny piece of metal that has become a global sensation among collectors. So, if you've got one tucked away somewhere, you might just be holding a fortune without even knowing it. That's the magic of coins. Tiny windows into history, carriers of stories, and sometimes, keepers of incredible wealth. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one, because next time, we might uncover another hidden treasure that's waiting in your pocket right now.